a workshop on evaluating community engaged scholarship. And that changed everything. So it's one thing to have the policies, but I think we need to move beyond policies. And then secondly, developing faculty capacity for engaged scholarship, teaching, and learning. And what I mean by that is, how do we develop the capacity for doing collaborative work and the co-generation of knowledge and learning? Okay? Those are the areas that we need to focus on if we're going to really think about building a culture of engagement. Okay? And through the wisdom of the people that are working on this campus, that's actually what your next two workshops are about. Okay? So Amy's going to come, Amy Driscoll is going to come and work with you around the promotion and tenure process. And then Patty Clayton would be to work with you around faculty development, around doing authentic reciprocity and collaborative work. There's also another dimension to this, which I would say in the what next piece, and that is that the what next needs to pay attention to next generation engagement. What I mean by that is graduate students and early career faculty. We need to pay much more attention to what's happening in graduate studies and what we're doing in terms of supporting and providing a thriving environment for our early career faculty. That's going to be really key to the future sustainability of this work on campus and any campus. I could say a lot more about that, but maybe we can get into that later. The other part about next generation work is that it really asks us to be much more intentional about linking engagement and diversity work together for both faculty and students. That this work is very much going to be driven by what we now talk about as underrepresented faculty, who are going to be our faculty of the future. And those faculty are going to be increasingly diverse, as is our student body. And we need to really pay attention to what that means in terms of engagement work, and what engagement work means for diversity. And then another part of that, and this is all related, is that we need to think much more about linking engagement work to retention and success of underserved students. We're seeing some of that going on, but not nearly enough of it. And it's very much related. Engaged teaching and learning engages students in learning in deeper ways. And that is very much tied to their retention and success, and is critically important for underrepresented students. And there's actually increasing data, both out of NESE and other places, which reinforces that. And then the last part in terms of this, what I think of as the next generation work, is we need to support, value, and reward interdisciplinarity and associated theory, because what we're seeing is increasing faculty interest in the next generation around feminist, postmodern, postcolonial, critical race theories as driving their research, and methods around action research, participatory action research, collaborative research, grounded theory, public intellectual work. It's being defined in a whole bunch of different ways. And again, in a conversation Patty and I had coming over here, we don't train our students in doing this work. I was talking with a colleague of mine on my campus, and we said, what if we offered a course in methods to our graduate students on participatory action research? That shouldn't be a revolutionary idea. How do we expect this to get into the faculty culture if we don't even have it in our graduate programs? What we do on our campus is we have our quantitative and our qualitative methods courses over and over again, and we train them to be on exactly that side of the diagram as good positivist researchers. We don't train them to be collaborative researchers. So we don't create a culture of that. And it wouldn't be a big deal for us to do that. Many of our younger early career faculty do that work, but they don't feel like they can legitimately do it in their teaching of their graduate students. So that's part of what's next. And all of that leads me back to Boyer again, where we need to think about the larger purpose, how we're going to achieve change in culture and transformation of our campuses, the fulfillment of democratic and academic mission of higher education, is that what we need are not more programs, but a larger sense of purpose. So I'm going to stop there.